in consciousness, the way we start all great things. I take a breath, I relax, and I surrender into this moment, knowing that there is a power in the universe that is infinite, all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere present equally. It is truly the essence of life itself. So I relax into this moment, knowing that if it is everywhere present, it must be here where I am. It must be there where you are. It is in knowing that I recognize the power and the presence within me to create, to allow, to be all that I was meant to be. So I allow myself to be fully present in my life journey. To stand in this moment with a sense of oneness, with excitement and delight as I begin tonight's service with true joy, joy in allowing my true self to be fully realized. With grace and gratitude filled with joy and delight, we begin now in a consciousness of love. And let that be the truth. And together we say, and so it is. And now our land acknowledgement. We're honored to be meeting on this land that many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people from across Turtle Island call home. We acknowledge and thank the original caretakers and knowledge keepers of this territory. We also give thanks to all Indigenous peoples, recorded and unrecorded, who have shared responsibility for this territory. Recognizing our ultimate oneness and acknowledging our reality, past and present, we commit to moving forward in a spirit of mutual cooperation. We are one. Miigwech. Well, our monthly theme is Awakening into Possibility. And the talk tonight is called The Joy of Becoming. Ooh. So it's great to be together again. And so I just want to begin with a gentle awareness. So right here, right now, nothing to fix, nothing to prove, nothing to become in this moment. Just breathing, just being, just allowing. And from that place, I invite you into a simple idea. What if your life isn't something you're trying to get right? It isn't something you're trying to get right, but something that is unfolding perfectly. Ooh. So we've been taught in so many ways that life is about getting somewhere, right? Got to get a degree, got to, get a wife and 2.3 children, got to, live in a big house, got to have a new car, gotta, right? I got to be the best at my job. I got to be the best as a mom. I got to be, anybody here got those gotta be's? We've been taught that becoming successful, becoming healed, becoming better. But what if we misunderstood the whole journey? What if life is not a destination, but an unfolding? Not a test to pass, but a process to participate in. And what if right here, exactly as you are already in the sacred act of becoming? Well, what about the story of the butterfly? Now, we all know this story, but maybe we haven't fully felt the story. So the caterpillar, imagine if the caterpillar could think like we do. It might say, I should be further along by now. Why am I still crawling? Everyone else seems way ahead of me. And then something begins to happen. It enters the cocoon. And from the outside, it looks like nothing. Stillness, silence, no progress. But inside, everything is dissolving, reorganizing, transforming. The caterpillar, I washed it, can't do a thing with it. No, the caterpillar doesn't rush it. It doesn't compare its timeline. It doesn't resent the stage it's in. It trusts the process. And eventually it emerges, not as a better caterpillar, but as something entirely new. It becomes the butterfly. Free to be, free to fly, free to discover. So here's the truth for us. We are not here to perfect the caterpillar. We're here to allow the transformation. Allow the transformation. See, when we come into this life, we come in as perfect creative little beings, right? We come in as whatever it is we come in as. But we come into life as these little tiny beings, and we're put in the hands of, some people who may or may not be fully equipped to manage that little being. And so we're taught things and we're told things, and we're told things about ourselves. And sometimes, often, we believe what we're told. Oh, you're so stupid. You're such an idiot. Why can't you smarten up? Why aren't you bigger? Why aren't you slimmer? Why aren't you prettier? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do all of these messages? All of these messages. And the message is giving us one consistent statement. Why don't you be somebody different than who you are? Anybody ever get that message? Yeah. But what if all of that conditioning that we receive from teachers, mentors, parents, siblings, extended family, neighbors, what if all of that, the media, oh my goodness, what if all of that is false? What if all of that is coming from people who actually don't know their own true self? And you're making them awfully uncomfortable when you allow yourself to be fully, authentically who you are. Mhm. That discomfort that they're feeling is not your problem, and you didn't create it. So, what we want to do, or what we will prepare to do at this point, is to resist the becoming, because we want certainty, we want control, we want immediate results. We want, right? We want so much more. But what if all that wanting leaves us wanting? What if certainty, control, and immediate results are the illusion? The thing we're racing towards and never achieving, the thing we're running to that we never actually get. What if that is the big waste of time that we have spent our lives on? And to what end? And to what end? To feel like we're not good enough because we didn't get there? Here's the truth, that each and every one of us is on a journey, and it is an individual journey, must be taken alone. And the journey that we're on is really about discovering our true essence, the one that we were when we entered this life experience. You see, that little child is still there, still fully alive, fully present. And so, what we want to do is relax, surrender, and discover. Discover, who am I? Who am I? Take off the name and the titles and the little initials at the end of the name or at the beginning of the name. Remove all of that, and what's left? See, the joy of becoming is about actually unfolding the essence, the truth of who each one of us is. So I'm different than you, you're different than me. That's not good or bad or right or wrong. It's simply what it is. You see, we're all created unique and special. And because we're all unique and special, every single one of us has a little something, something that we're bringing to the planet, to humanity at this particular point in time. And we are the only one who can bring it in the way that we do. Hmm. So, what we have to do is remember who we really are. That's it. Just sort of take the stories we were told away, move them aside, allow ourselves to, kind of go into the core of us and go, and sit in that heart center and decide. See, becoming doesn't offer us certainty, control, or immediate results. Becoming doesn't offer any of that. Becoming asks us for trust and patience and presence. Yeah, trust, patience, and presence. You see, there have been times in my life, a lot of them actually, where I felt really stuck, like nothing was moving. I felt like I was doing all the right things and still not seeing results. And what I realized was all of my pushing, all of my grasping, all of my trying to force things didn't work. Didn't work at all. In fact, the more I pushed and the harder I pushed and the more I squeezed and the more I demanded and the more impatience I felt, the more I suffered. Anybody relate to that? That you suffer because you're striving to, you know, make the universe into something it's not? So here's the deal. To create, to allow, and to become who we truly are requires surrender. Now, surrender is not giving up. It is about giving into the power that we truly are. If we are one with the infinite creative energy of the universe, which in fact we are, right? Everything's energy. We are some part of that energy. We're all connected. Because that's the truth, capital T truth, right? It's true for everyone. Because it's true for everyone, it must be true for me. And if it's true for me, then what does that mean? That I can take off the masks I've been wearing, the pretense I've been showing, the pretend games I've been playing, and instead I can allow the essence of me to show up loud and proud. So even if I'm, somebody who's really loud and really out there and, different from everybody else, we all are. Let's say I'm presenting that way, I might, try to tone it in a little bit because I was told when I was younger, you're too much, you're too loud, you're too this, too that, to the other thing. So I begin to try and squeeze myself into something small so that I can fit into the lives of the people around me rather than standing in my true essence and saying, I accept this life journey for what it is. And I'm willing to journey forward day by day, moment by moment, doing what it is I am here to do and to be. And most importantly, to be. So, what am I here to be? Well, I learned years ago when I was in practitioner training, when our minister asked us, "Who are you?" The answer that came to me was, "I am love expressing." And so I have, journeyed to kind of get into that place of I am love expressing. If I am love expressing, then I don't get to yell at my neighbor over the fence. That would not be a loving act, right? If I'm love expressing, I'm not going to, yell and scream at somebody. And I might. And of course, afterwards, I'll be going, oh, hmm, would love act that way? So this is the thing we're on right now is how do we interrupt the stories we've been told and begin to live from the essence that we are. And it does require us to let go of the old and to welcome something that feels a little bit scary, right? It feels a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary because I've not been there before, or at least not since I was born. So what is this? What is this place? Where, what does it mean, the joy of becoming? If I become who I really am, what would that look like? Well, I think it would look quite joyful. Now, I'm telling you that as you find yourself and as you begin to live, more authentically as you, what happens is there might be some people around you who depart. There will likely be new people who will come in and join your life experience. And all of it is good. All of it is good. So, what we're trying to do is recognize that we've been living from the opinions of others rather than living our own life experience, our own reality. And life is interesting because it's an adventure with no destination. I mean, think about it. People are always going, "Oh, when I retired, or when I get married, or when I have kids, or when my kids leave home, or when we could create a song of that when." Just being silly here. So that's how most of us are living. When this happens or when that happens. Well, what if instead, right here today in this moment, we went, enough. I'm just going to be me. If I'm loud, I'm going to be loud. And if I'm quiet and gentle, I'm going to be that. And if I'm adventurous, I'll be that. And if I'm, kind of, you know, sweet and sensitive, I'll be that. And if I'm sexy and wild, well, I'll be that. And none of it's bad or wrong. All of it is simply beingness. It's allowing the essence to be revealed, because as we do that, that is in fact what will heal our planet. You see, happy, joyful people who are living their truth don't pick up a gun and shoot somebody. We don't get in a fight every other day. Instead, we allow ourselves to be who we are and we celebrate our uniqueness. And in doing that, we celebrate the uniqueness of everyone around us. It becomes a joint project, a joint opening or awakening. So, the joy of becoming is really to allow yourself to really open up to you, regardless of what other people think. Because frankly, what people think of you is none of your business. And the reason I say that is because number one, they don't know you, not the inside you. They don't know what is best for you. What they're sharing is what would make them more comfortable being around you. Well, I'm kind of tired of making people comfortable. So, as a result of that, I am going to speak truth more often. I'm pretty honest. What I mean is speak truth to stupid. When people are doing things that are really, speak truth to it. Show up. Be that love expressing that you've said you are. And I want you to find that part of you that really is, I don't know, that's always been present and excited and ready to totally share, create. Find her or him, them. Find that part that really wants to live. There's a story of a sculptor, and creating this beautiful statue. But the comment was, I didn't create it. I simply removed everything that it wasn't. That's the joy of becoming. Removing all the things that are not you. And you know what they are. You know what they are. I invite you to let go of what you are not. Release what no longer fits. Allow your true nature to emerge. Let's go into a short meditation. And I want you to invite you to just relax. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Just take in a slow, deep breath. And gently release. And again, breathing in and release. And now bring to mind an area of your life where you feel in process, uncertain, unfinished, even maybe frustrated. Just notice it. Without judgment. Now imagine this part of your life as a cocoon. Quiet, still, unseen. And instead of resisting it, gently say, something is unfolding here. Allow yourself to feel into that. Something is unfolding here. Not forcing, not rushing, just allowing. Now silently affirm, I trust the timing of my life. I trust the timing of my life. I honor the stage I am in. I honor the stage I am in. I am always becoming. I am always becoming. Let that settle into your body. Take one more deep breath. And when you're ready, gently return. So here's what I leave you with today. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not doing it wrong. You are becoming. You are on your way. Trust the becoming. The butterfly is already within you. And now, Kathy.
As we prepare for our offering, I invite us, to remember that giving is also a sacred yes. Each gift we share is a yes to this community. It's a yes to love in action. It's a yes to the continuation of this spiritual home. A yes to transformation for all who enter here. We are saying yes to the flow of good. And as part of this flow, we invite you to consider becoming a Joy Partner. It's our monthly giving program. Joy Partners help sustain this ministry with ease and consistency, allowing you to give automatically rather than remembering each week. It's a simple, intentional way to deepen your commitment and ensure that Universal Joy Center continues to flourish and serve. Thank you for every gift, every presence, every prayer, and every act of support that keeps Universal Joy Center thriving. Please repeat the offering blessing after me. Bless these gifts and those who give them. May they be multiplied for the highest good. May they support love, healing, and transformation in this community and beyond. And may we always know the abundance from which they flow. And so it is. And the ways you can give, or you can do an e-transfer to admin@ujoyc.ca. You can go to our website at ujoyc.ca and you can click on donate. And that's where you can actually find the opportunity to sign up for Joy Partners. Or you can mail a check to Universal Joy Center at 28 Sir Raymond Drive, Toronto, Ontario, at M1E1C. So we have many opportunities for you to join us. Our theme this month is Awakening into Possibility. Be sure to join us each week as we continue to take this topic deep. The You Can Heal Your Life class has begun. It began on April 9th, but we've only had one class so far. So you can still register for this program. All classes and events and general information can be found on the website at ujoyc.ca, plus the link to our Wednesday gatherings. And for those of you who are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for joining us this evening. And please like, share, and subscribe. Also, join us in the Zoom room now if you would like to ask your questions, meet other members, or simply just enjoy some conversation. The link is in the chat. And now Barbara will give us a closing treatment.
Thank you, Kathy. Let us join together in consciousness. As we gather together in this moment, accepting and knowing the power and presence of the One, what I know here and now is that life is flowing, moving, and creating according to consciousness. It's with that in mind that I check my thinking on the regular. I watch my actions and ensure that they come from that place of deep knowing that I am one with the Absolute. For it is in that oneness that I find strength. I find a willingness to live, to expand, and to be all that I was created to be. So today I say yes. Yes to the journey, yes to becoming, and yes to the full awakening of humanity. With that in mind, I release these ideas with a truly grateful heart. Grateful for each one here, grateful for the gifts given and received, grateful for the beauty of this now moment. I release this word into the law. It is done, and I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.